Welcome to episode 8 of Ask Me Anything. This episode is inspired by an excellent comment left by one pious reader of Phroneo and a follow-up question. For previous episodes, please follow this link. If you would like to participate in the discussion or ask a question, please leave a comment or send a direct message. And please share Phroneo with your friends and relations.
I have always found it confusing that we do not do a prostration as we sing, "O come let us worship," and fall down before Christ.
Excellent point. I have always understood this to be a call to prayer. That is to say, this is not prayer itself, but is followed by prayer. For example, "Come, let's eat" is not an act of eating, but is followed by a meal. "Come, let's walk" is not itself a walk, but is followed by a walk. So, somewhere in the service, following the call to prayer, there should be worship and bowing down. In the scriptures, this word, prospesomen, or one of its grammatical forms, is usually used in the sense of falling down before someone or at someone's feet. See Mark 5:33 or 7:25 as examples. That said, typically in parish practice, this prayer is always accompanied by a bow, which is usually referred to metania of bow at the waist, bowing at the waist until the hand touches the floor. However, parish services are most often focused on Sundays and feasts when prostrations are not appropriate. But on other days, and especially during daily prayers at home, I think that it would be most appropriate to accompany this prayer with prostrations, which is something many people actually do. Great observation.
This makes much more sense, thank you. I especially like the idea of incorporating a metania at that point in our family prayers. I found the little ones are much more engaged when there is movement. I didn't know that about prostrations being inappropriate for Sundays or feast days. Does that apply to home prayer as well?
Canon 90 of the Council of Trello forbids kneeling on Sundays from the beginning of Vespers on Saturday evening to the beginning of Compline on Sunday evening. We have received from our Divine Fathers the canon law that in honor of Christ's resurrection, we are not to kneel on Sundays. Lest, therefore, we should ignore the fullness of this observance, we make it plain to the faithful that after the priests have gone to the altar for Vespers on Saturdays, according to the prevailing custom, no one shall kneel in prayer until the evening of Sunday, at which time, after the entrance for Compline, again with bended knees, we offer our prayers to the Lord. For taken the night after the Sabbath, which was the forerunner of our Lord's resurrection, we begin from it to sing in the Spirit hymns to God, leading our feast out of darkness into light, and thus during an entire day and night, we celebrate the resurrection. However, all such canons regulate only public services, those held in churches or otherwise public. When it comes to private prayer, there are no rules beyond the guidance given by a more experienced and trusted person, usually but not always, a parish priest, often mislabeled as spiritual father, which is an altogether different concept. There is even a common saying that a cell, meaning a monastic cell or a private place, knows no typicon. Thus, if out of abundance of pious feeling, in the privacy of your home, you wish to perform prostrations on a Sunday, you most certainly could do so. Share Phroneo. Last but not least, please share Phroneo with your friends and relations and consider becoming a paying subscriber. It is only $5 per month. And tell others, "Come, let us subscribe to Phroneo."